for showing up. This is Final X Rutgers session number 2. It goes down tomorrow at 6 p.m. This, of course, is our press conference. This is how it'll roll out. I'll introduce each athlete, give them an opportunity to make an opening statement, and then additionally, guys, I'd like you to say one thing about your opponent. It can be whatever you want. It can be good, bad, hair color, I don't know, whatever. And then we'll open up to questions from the audience. All right? Let's do this. So we got 7 world team spots on the line tomorrow evening. One, Pat right there is already into the World Championships. Of course, that takes place in September in Kazakhstan. And let's get to it. Our first bout of the evening tomorrow night will be at 65 kilos. You'll see Maya Nelson. She was a World Team Trials Challenge Tournament winner. She was a 2017 Junior World Champion, a 2016 Junior World Bronze, and she represents Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. Maya Nelson.
I'm actually with Sunkissed Kids.
Well, that's definitely an error.
I'm sorry. My name's Maya Nelson. You kind of just said all my accolades. I'm just happy to be here and always happy to be my best self. And my opponent is Forrest Molinari. And she's tall.
There you go. That's within the rules. Her opponent, tall Forrest Molinari, was the 2019 U.S. Open champion. That's why she's here at Final X. She was 5th last year at the 2018 World Championships, and she's a WCWA champion. And I believe she also is for Titan Mercury?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, go ahead. You have the floor.
Yeah, I'm just excited to be back here. You know, it's going to be a great event. I think this is going to be the best card of all the Final X's. I'm very excited to watch all the matches and get to compete again. For a comment on Maya, she's a tough competitor and she's really good at braiding hair. But like I've been saying, it's snowflake season. I'm ready to get out there.
All right, thank you. Moving along, our next bout will be at 77 kilos in Greco. We'll see Pat Smith, who's a World Team Trials champion. He's a 2017 World Team member, 2014 University silver medalist, and he's representing the Minnesota Storm. Pat Smith.
Thanks, Banner. Thanks everybody that's putting this on. Excited to have Greco in the Final X this year, and just about Kamal. Hope he's ready to rock, and hope we can show tomorrow.
All right, thank you. His opponent, Kamal Bey, U.S. Open champion this year, 2018 World Team member, 2017 Junior World Champion, and he's a 4-time U.S. Open champion, representing Sunkissed Kids. Kamal Bey.
What's up, New Jersey? What's happening? I'm happy to be here. Get to put on a show for you guys. Probably scrap it up with Pat Smith, who knows? And for my comment about Pat, he's built like a Honda Civic. I'm a Ferrari. You know, fuel efficient, but it's not what the people want.
Come on. Moving along, our next weight class. 86 kilograms in the women's division, we'll have Alexandra Claudia. She was a World Team Trials champion. She's a 2018 U23 bronze medalist, 2017 World Team member, and a WCWA champ representing Titan Mercury, Alexandra Claudia.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm super excited to be here. This is my first Final X, so I'm just really excited to, I guess, formally introduce myself to you guys. I'm ready to just wrestle hard tomorrow and show you guys what I'm capable of. As far as a comment for Tamara, I just want to say congratulations on getting signed with Rutgers. So if nobody knew, give her a congrats. Friends today, opponents tomorrow. I'm ready to rock it.
Awesome, thank you. Her opponent, Tamara Mensah-Stock, 2018 World Bronze medalist. She's a 3-time U.S. Open champion. She's a 3-time Eureka champion, the only American to ever win the Eureka 3 times, and a 2-time WCWA champion, representing Titan Mercury Wrestling Club and the Olympic Training Center. Tamara Mensah-Stock.
Hi, you guys. It's great to be back here. My kids are sweaty. I'm so sorry. I'm not good at this stuff. But I'm so glad that you guys are all here. I'm excited to be here. I know you guys have been seeing my social media blow-ups. Twitter is fun, and I like doing the gifts. I was just talking to Gary about that. They're really fun. So I hope you guys don't get tired of it, because I'm going to keep doing it. And as for my opponent, Alexandra Claudia, you guys need to follow her on Instagram. She has this beauty line post. I don't know what it is, but she basically teaches you how to be pretty and fix your hair up. so it's really helpful to me. So I kind of like creep on her and go, ooh, that's a good way to fix my hair up and do my makeup. So yeah, that's my comment about her. She's a gorgeous person. She helped me last year for World Championships. Great wrestler, and I'm excited to go out there and wrestle. That's it.
Thank you, Tamara. Next bout on the docket, 50 kilograms. We'll see a rematch from last year's Final X. We have Victoria Anthony. She was a World Team Trials champion this year. She was 5th at the 2013 World Championships, a 2-time Junior World Champion, and a 4-time WCA W champion. From Sunkissed Kids, Victoria Anthony.
Thanks, Peter. I'm Victoria. I'm ready to wrestle tomorrow. I feel like I'm ready to be world champion, and this is the step that we need to take to get to the World Championships. And I'm super excited to put 2 good matches together tomorrow. Whitney's my opponent, and that girl is flexible.
Thank you. Her opponent, as we said, the flexible Whitney Condor, the U.S. Open champion this year, a 3-time World Team member, a 6-time U.S. Open champion, and she was a 2007 Junior World Champ, representing Army WCAP, Whitney Condor.
I'm just excited to be here and be able to get back on the mat. With Vicky, I'm liking the hair tonight. Looks pretty good.
All right, moving along. Big boys in the house. We're going to move up to heavyweights, 125 kilograms. We have Gable Stephenson, your 2019 World Team Trials Challenge Tournament champion, 2-time cadet world champ, and a 2017 Junior World Champ representing the Minnesota RTC. Gable Stephenson.
Hello, I'm Gable Stephenson from Minnesota. I just finished my freshman year there, going into my sophomore year. I'm happy to be here and happy to put on a show, of course. And one thing about Nick is he's very talented. I look forward to wrestling for a long time now, and tomorrow's the day.
And as he said, his opponent, Nick Wisdowski, he qualified for this Final X by winning a bronze medal at last year's World Championships. He's now a 2-time World Bronze Medalist, a 2-time NCAA champion representing Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, and the Wolfpack RTC, Nick Wisdowski.
Hey, what's up? I'm Nick, as Bader mentioned. Happy to be back in the Northeast for the 2nd year in a row at Final X. Just beginning the process of the World Championships, and as for Gable, up-and-coming guy, creates a lot of action, so it should be a good 2 matches tomorrow.
Thank you. We'll move up. Our co-main event of tomorrow night, 65 kilograms. We have Zayn Rutherford. He was your World Team Trials Challenge Tournament champion. He's a 2017 World Team member, 2012 Cadet World Champion, a 3-time NCAA champion, a 2-time Hodge Trophy winner, representing the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, Zayn Rutherford.
Thank you. I'm just grateful to be here, grateful to compete tomorrow. It's going to be fun. And for Yanni, he's a great wrestler, so tomorrow will be fun.
All right, Yanni Diakomahalis is his opponent. Yanni was the U.S. Open champion this year. He's a 2-time Cadet World Champ, and currently a 2-time NCAA champ representing Titan Mercury Wrestling Club and the Finger Lakes Wrestling Club, Yanni Diakomahalis.
Hey, I'm Yanni Diakomahalis. Just finished up my sophomore year at Cornell, and I'm just excited to compete in Final X tomorrow and continue along the process of becoming a world champion and Olympic champion someday. And as for Zayn, he's going to come out and he's going to wrestle hard, and it's going to be some really intense, high intensity matches. So I'm excited for it.
All right, thank you guys. And then moving on to our main event of tomorrow evening, 92 kilograms. Beau Nichol was your World Team Trials Challenge Tournament winner. He was also the U.S. Open champion. He was 2013 5th at the Junior Worlds. He's a 3-time NCAA champion and won the Hodge this year. Wrestles for the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club. Beau Nichol.
Thanks, Bader. I'm really excited to be here. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have a chance to, win the Final X and represent my country. Just extremely grateful. I'm ready to roll. As for Jaden, I'm excited to wrestle him. He's obviously a great competitor, one of the best guys in the world, and any weight class. And for me, that's just an exciting opportunity to get to wrestle somebody of that caliber. And so I'm ready to let it rip.
All right. His opponent, Jaden Cox, qualified for Final X by winning the 2018 World Championships. He was a 2016 Olympic bronze medalist, 2017 World Bronze medalist, a world champion last year, and a 3-time NCAA champion representing Titan Mercury Wrestling Club and the Olympic Training Center, Jaden Cox.
Well, I'm glad to be back. That's part of another Final X, so it should be fun. Look forward to tomorrow. I got a lot of things to do and a lot of things to prove. I think this is a great opportunity, a bigger opportunity for me, and I'm excited to get to put everything I got out there and show the world what I'm capable of and make the progress to get to where I want to be. I got more things to do with my life and more things to accomplish. So I'm excited to get out there and take one more step towards my goals. As for Beau, man, that beard is serious. Like he's got a strong beard game. It's been strong for a while, and so I mean, and also he has a really great family. I know that. I got to meet him this year at NCAA's, and he's a great wrestler. He always shows up prepared. So I'm excited to roll with someone with the talent that he has, and to showcase what we have for the world to see. So it should be fun.
All right, our last competitor won't be competing tomorrow. I think most of you guys, probably everybody knows the story. 86 kilograms, Pat Downey. It was unfortunate, returning world champ David Taylor got hurt, but he had to sit out. Pat gets the spot. He was your U.S. Open champion this year, World Team Trials champion this year, and a 2012 Junior World Bronze medalist, Pat Downey.
What's up, guys? PD3 here, Attached Assassin, Funky Bunky, Air Downey. I'm happy to be here. I want to wish my opponent Taylor speedy and healthy, full recovery. Nobody wanted to wrestle him and have that match more than I did. I promise y'all that. But with that being said, I hope the scale's not too heavy tomorrow, and I'm ready to become a world champ.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Let's open it up to questions from the audience. Willie's got a mic over here, so throw your hand up and bring it over.
First question, Alex. After seeing your social media lately, you got to know how much you squat. Do you squat?
No, I just make funny videos.
This one's for, actually, I'm gonna go to this side. Kamal, you were 2017 Junior World Champ, and there are, I think, at least two others that said they were 2017 Junior World Champions here. What was it about that team that was so special, and now we're seeing those guys and gals here at Final X?
I would say it was just the success of the team in general that pushed everybody to be just greater. I mean, freestyle started us off right with Gable wrestling hard, winning his, and me and Gable actually grew up together, both Illinois kids. So when I saw him win, I was like, I want to win. And then when I saw Maya win, I was like, I want to win even more, because if Maya gets a medal, when I don't get a medal, she's going to be talking, and I can't even go to the second floor anymore. So that was my biggest motivation there in the 2017 team. There was just a lot of friendship there and a lot of energy. So.
I'd like to ask Jane Cox. Obviously last year you were able to win the gold medal, a goal of yours, but also something that after 3 years at the world level, you were able to put together the tournament necessary. How do you move forward from winning and keeping yourself in a position where you are now the target, right?
I think you make the mistake of thinking I'm the target. And the moment that I stepped off that, and you can ask, KJ, you can ask anyone, people had to tell me to enjoy the moment, because as soon as that day passed, I was no longer world champion in my mind. My job is to forget that moment completely. I want to get back and taste it, but I forget it completely. I have won nothing. There is no target on my back. People are coming for me. It's not to, it's to take me out, but at the same time, I'm coming to take them out. Like, I'm coming to take out. You're trying to take something from me. Like, I don't have an opportunity at a world title right now. I'm on no team. I haven't made a team. I haven't got anything. So, for me, that world title means nothing anymore. It's a new year. It's a new day. So as much as people may put a target on me, they're wasting their time thinking that that's what's going to slow me down. I'm looking to take everybody else out.
Question for Victoria. Came up just short against, this is a rematch, so it was Whitney, your opponent last year. But at the team trials, you said you're back in the Vortex. So I want you to expand on that. If you could, just say what's different now and what do you need to make that team?
For sure. I made a mistake in that interview. I actually am the Vortex. And yeah, I'm really grateful for that loss at Nationals, because it just made me have to sharpen my tools and sharpen my toolbox. And I'm actually grateful for the losses to Whitney over this past year, because it's really forced me to look at all my holes, all the gaps in my wrestling, and just bring myself up to the level that I'm capable of wrestling to. And I'm super excited for tomorrow because I feel like not even I feel, I know where I'm at mentally, physically, and everything's in the right place. So yeah, I'm excited.
I got a question, Funky Bunky. We go way back. We started about the same time. What do you think has changed in your training, in your daily life, that has pushed you to do the things you've done this year and brought you much success?
Good question, Ken. Mainly, it's been the consistency. The consistency in my diet, consistency in my coaching with Reese and the guys at the NJRTC, with the consistent high-level partners that I have. I mean, we battle every day, you know? So throughout this past few years, I keep falling coming up short because I might not have that consistency in my daily training. And I can feel the difference, you know? And I've always been someone who's believed in myself, but like I said, that consistency gives me a real reason to believe, and now my confidence is through the roof. Thank you.
This one's for Mensa Stock down there on the end. A lot of people for years talked about your potential, and now you are on this insane run, and not a lot of people get to actualize their potential and really see it out. What changed over the past few years that now you're on this insane roll, and you may be the favorite to win a world title?
What has changed? I did not know that I really had potential. I was just going out there and doing something that I love doing, and I saw that I was getting better and better, but I kind of thought I was, like a little peon underneath the rock. No one really knew who I was. And my coaches at the training center and my coaches at Wayland would constantly tell me, Tamara, you can do this. You are destined for great things. And I'd go, no, I'm not. Stop it. Stop. And they're like, no, really, you need to believe in yourself. So I think that's kind of what changed. I fell up short in making it to the finals at World Championships last year. And when I lost that semifinal match, and I know you watched the match, when I didn't wrestle at all, that was a game changer. And I thought to myself, you know what? They are absolutely right. I am destined for great things. And I took a few months off, thought to myself, had some time with my husband, and then I came back and I was ready to wrestle. I don't want to hold back anything anymore. I want to let my light shine. I just show people that God has put something in me and I need to get it out. And it makes me so emotional, it makes me cry, because people say that I'm a late bloomer. So, yeah, I guess that's what's changed.
Yeah, after wrestling, the rest of your life is there. What do you hope your legacy will be? What do you want to leave behind? As far as I'm concerned, when wrestling is finished, you got like 70% of your life left. What do you do right now to ensure that you go all the way out and have no regrets?
This is for everyone, right?
Yes, everyone, anyone.
Just live every day that way, and put everything into put everything into every single day. That's how I ensure that my life later is going to be what I expect and want it to be. And the day to day, just doing all the right things and yeah, living that way.
I think going off of that, wrestling teaches us so many life lessons, so many things that we can use in life, and we go through a lot of adversity on the mat, and we also have to understand that there's a lot of adversity in life. So I think just being a wrestler is building us to be great people. I know a lot of times we get caught up in wrestling and we forget that we have so much life after this, and we have to remind ourselves that as people, we are so much more. Wrestling is just something that we do, and you're right, we have 70% of our life left. And I think, going off of what Vicky's saying is just living in the moment, because right now we're living out our dreams, and after this we're gonna, you know, get jobs or, you know, live our other dreams. And I think all of us are very talented in a lot of aspects of life, and we're smart people and we're strong people, and so wherever any of us go, we're gonna succeed, because yes, we are wrestlers, but wrestling has taught us to be such strong people that I believe everybody up here will succeed.
I definitely agree with what everyone has said. For me, it didn't hit really what I thought until like about 2 months ago. My cousin's 11-year-old son committed suicide, and so for me, I thought about it, and it just made me think of, like, you really have to live every day to the fullest, because you never know when that day is going to come, and you just have to find the best thing to live your life to the fullest, but also try and live your life to the fullest for what you can do for those people that aren't here on this earth. And so for me, I'm trying to find the best way that I can to live a positive life and live strong for my cousin's son that decided to take his own life, because that's one thing that really hit me hard and made me rethink a lot of things I do in my life, and made me really try to find the best way that I can live and find the best way to live the happiest and show everyone that this great gift that God has given us. Because He truly has given us a great gift, and He gave it to us for a certain reason and for a purpose.
Well, I think we live, it's not like we don't live life. And, you know, you're right, we have 7% of our lives that we don't wrestle, but like, you know, I live my life through every day, you know, like, wrestling for me is a platform, and what comes with the platform is a stage, and what I get to do with it is I actually get to live up my life. My life goal is to help people. I enjoy people, I love people. I want to help anyone with anything, everything, even if it means I just got to sit down and listen to you. I mean, that's my main goal, and that's what wrestling's allowed me to do. It's allowed to take a boy that came from Columbia, Missouri, never traveled with a lick, and gets to travel the world and realize that people are just people. They may speak different languages, and you know, they may have different cultural standards and whatnot, but for the most part, people are people, and what people really want is love, kindness, and respect. And that's kind of something I want to spread, because I think the sad thing is that's something the world's missing out on, and that we're using this stage, and I get to be on each and every day. You know, I get to preach that. I get to be a part of that. I get to meet new, you know, whether it be with kids or whether it be with adults or anything like that. And I mean, it's just awesome to get to do that. So I think I'm living out my life what I want it to be anyway. You know, because that's what I want to be. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to inspire people for.
Just to piggyback off of what everyone said, one thing that I hope to leave behind and showcase throughout my wrestling is just kind of what it means to lead like a life of purpose. And one thing that wrestling has showed me is that you really never know who's watching you, and you never really know who needs like that affirmation and permission to chase after their own dreams. And I realized that throughout my wrestling, throughout school, throughout working hard, throughout being an example, I didn't realize how many people were counting on me to do what I wanted to do so they could have the courage to do it themselves. And so I feel like wrestling, as Jaden said, is a platform for all of us, and not everybody gets the opportunity to affect people's lives without even trying. And I feel like that's really a blessing. And so it's so much more than wrestling. And I hope that throughout my, I guess, platform that I'm building through wrestling, that any little girl out there, any little boy out there who is unsure about themselves, that they can watch me and watch all of us and realize, like, I can do whatever it is that I want to, and that it's not going to be easy, just like wrestling's not easy, but that our life, like, we can't waste it just being unsure of ourselves. And I think that's something that I used to be for a long time, and wrestling has shown me time and time again that I have enough to be sure of myself, and I hope that whoever is watching me, that they can feel that in watching my wrestling and know that life is so much more. So, that's how I feel.
Beau, you made the seamless transition from the NCAA season to freestyle. You've been pretty much rolling, and now the last person on your plate is the world champion. What things present challenges for you with Jaden that maybe the rest of America didn't see as you've been pretty much cruising?
Well, excited for the opportunity, like I said earlier. But obviously Jaden is a really great wrestler, and he does stuff that only you've never seen anybody else do before. So with that, it's definitely he has a unique style, and he brings stuff to the table that isn't super typical. But I'm just excited to compete. At the end of the day, my goal is to be a world champion and Olympic champion. So I got to beat the best, and I'm just really excited for the opportunity to finally get to do that. I feel like since last summer, really even before then, I was just had this in my mind, and I was just thinking about it. Now I'm finally here, and I get to compete, and so I'm just extremely excited and extremely grateful for the opportunity.
Question for Yanni. Watched Zayn at the trials, looked outstanding, beat Jordan Oliver twice, someone he hadn't previously beaten. What did you take away from Zayn's trials performance from the Open to the trials, and how have you prepared for Zayn coming into this?
So, as we all know, Zayn's going to come out, he's going to wrestle hard, and he's going to bring the heat to you. And, you saw that in those matches, all of the matches really at the trials where, maybe he would come out to a deficit, and as the match goes on, he starts to score. And for me, nothing changes. If I'm perfect, I won't lose. So for me, it was just about making sure I'm in the best shape of my life and wrestling the best that I've wrestled ever. And for me, I think that is the case. I think I'm a lot better than I was at the Open. So, I control what I can control, and I let him worry about what he can control.
Quick follow-up, Yanni. One of the key positions in Zayn's match against Jordan was the head pinch series, which is somewhat of a new wrinkle for Zayn. You shoot a lot head inside as well. Is that a particular area where you've been focusing?
So, kind of like a funny story. When I was in the NYC RTC, the one in Hoboken, I was wrestling with Bajrang, and he's got a really good head pinch. So, just kind of incidentally, I've developed good head pinch defense by wrestling with him and wrestling with one of the best guys in the world at 65 kilos. So it just worked out that way that I had a guy who has a great pace and great leg attacks, and he's a really good wrestler. So I had a great training partner to get ready for the finals.
Last question, sorry. This one's for Zayn. Zayn, as I mentioned, great trials. You got over the hump against Jordan Oliver. What were the keys, and what are the improvements you made from the Open to trials, and what did you take away from your defeat to Yanni at the U.S. Open?
I don't think it was so much technical. I think it was more mental. The trials, I did a head pinch, but I don't practice that really. It's not a skill that I use. I don't drill it much. But just something that I got in the situation in the match, and I felt like, hey, I need to score him down by, 5 points or so. So I did it, and I was glad that I did it because I got points on the board. But yeah, I think it was more mental. I was in a good state of mind at the World Team Trials, and just carrying that forward.
This question's for Forrest. Wasn't too long ago you were about that close to being a world medalist, and this year you've spent a full season with the Hawkeye program in Iowa, have had other competitions and had a chance to continue to work on your craft. What's going to be different about you this year than last year that might make a difference in reaching some of those high goals that you've set for yourself?
I would say definitely moving to Hawkeye Wrestling Club has made a tremendous impact in myself, both on and off the mat. Everyone that knows me knows I work hard and I'll do whatever you say that I need to do to be the best, but actually Terry and Tom had us pick one word, and the whole RTC team, college team, had to pick one word that's going to describe you this year, and my word was disciplined. And I think becoming more disciplined, both on and off the mat, has made huge gains in my wrestling. And the things that they're teaching me at Hawkeye Wrestling Club and the environment that I'm in, I've made huge leaps, and I'm very excited to get out there and show you guys. I don't think I've really let loose yet, but I'm ready to go. And talking about that, losing that bronze medal match 1-1, that it hurts like hell to say that. and to have to accept that fact that I didn't do anything for 6 minutes and lost that world medal at my first showing at World Championships. You know, it's hard to go out there your first round and get a medal, so that's a lot of motivation. That's a lot of fire lit under me to get going and get the job done this year, not just to get a medal, but being on top of the podium. So, you know, just being disciplined in different aspects that I wasn't before in my career has made a huge difference, and I'm just really ready to go.
This is for Nick. You know, the nature of heavyweight sometimes offers different styles and body sizes, and you've been super consistent wrestling at the world level, 2-time world medalist. Last year you had Adam Kuhn, who's 6 foot forever, and now you have a different style of athletic guy like Gable. What different challenges does that present, and what do you think about wrestling different styles, different body sizes, different attributes at the world level?
Yeah, 2 totally different builds, like you saw. Similar dimensions to honestly what I am. You prepare differently. You know, you understand what they're going to do. You understand how they score a majority of their points, and you just focus on those things. But also, you can't just get caught up focusing on small things. You look at the big picture. You focus on yourself and what I like to put points on the board doing. But I think as a wrestler and anyone that's a professional in their field, you can't just focus on one thing. You got to focus on the entire picture. You get too caught up in one thing, then you can leave something else out. So we focus on things, but also big picture too.
Question for Gable. A year ago, you split with Don Bradley. You were teched by Adam Kuhn. You lost to Tony Nelson. This year, you dominated Dom. You dominated Kuhn twice, and you beat Tony Nelson. What has been the biggest adjustment? How much better are you year over year?
To be honest, I think I got my swagger back a little bit, and I went into the room. And this year, even though I didn't win the national championship, it kind of losing that kind of like refreshed me and put me in a different mindset that it's time to go get on the world championship team and come back next year even harder. So I mean, it's just an ongoing thing with me, and it's just keep getting better and better every day.
Nick is very different from the guys you wrestled at the trials and the open. He's really athletic, great foot speed, he can get to legs really well. How much are you taking from your World Team Trials performance to now as you prepare for someone with a really different skill set with Nick?
I've watched Nick for a long time now. I've seen him beat Tony in the NCAA finals, and so it's just the same thing for me. Just go out there and just wrestle my best. You can't focus on everything he does, because if you do, you don't really do what you want to do. And like I said, it's just go out there and do me, and just make sure I keep it 100 and always just put a face on him.
This one's for the guy who doesn't have a match tomorrow, at least not against an opponent, a human opponent. Pat, a year ago, you were in a completely different place, a completely different training situation, and now you're here at the NJRTC. We've been able to tell your story in quite a few different ways, but I still don't know if people know the full story. So if there's anybody at home that hasn't watched any of the things that we've done on you, what would you tell them about the last year of your life and how different it is?
Yeah, man. Everything, not just the last year of my life, the past few years I've had a lot of disappointments, you know, and kind of like, I describe it as a roller coaster. You got highs and lows, ups and downs. That's life, right? Nothing's perfect, but I've had a bunch of heartbreaks, you know, and I feel like I paid my dues, and now it's my time. So I kind of got into this sport, you know, as an individual, thinking it was about me, myself, and now I got a team, and that's huge for me, because now you know. Now I rep not only myself, but I rep my team. So I take a lot of pride in that. And then, you know, I'm always getting hit up by people like, wow, man, you inspire me. And like, that's super humbling for me, because it's like, it's not just an individual sport. I'm impacting people on a different level. And it's like, damn, this ain't just wrestling. It's real life. Like you're affecting people's. You know what I mean? Like I'm serving a bigger purpose. So you know, not only am I carrying a lot of pride with my team and my last name, but now I see that I'm representing something much larger than myself, and that's like you know, that serves as motivation, you know, to keep having more success. Like I just don't want to let, you know, I just don't want to ever let myself feel down, like in the valleys. And I might be on a little peak right now, I might be hot right now, but don't let the media and everything fool you. I keep it real cool with myself, you know. Like I never get too high, I never get too low. I'm pretty focused, and I still got a job to do. So you know, I keep it all in perspective, and yeah, I'm just super blessed, thankful, grateful. It's gonna be a great show tomorrow. I wish I was participating in it.
This one's for Yanni and Zayn. In your previous match at the U.S. Open, you showcased many of your skills and talents. Looking forward to this match, what do you see as the deciding factor? Would it be a technique or grit, pace, whatever that may be? What are you anticipating in this match?
You know, having wrestled Zayn once before, you kind of are ready for how the match is going to go, and you know, both of us wrestle hard, and we're both willing to get in a wrestling position. So I think it's going to be whoever's willing to win the wrestling positions, and whoever's willing to take themselves to that deep place and be ready to fight for every position. So you know, it's going to be a scrap, and I think we're both ready for it.
Yeah, I think you got to take chances. I think you got to you know, be a little vulnerable in positions if you want to wrestle your best. I don't think no match is ever exactly as you plan it to be. So I don't know, I'm just excited for that. I think effort is a big part of matches for me, and just excited and grateful for a chance to compete tomorrow.
This one's for Pat Smith. Your open match against Kamal was very exciting. A lot of different things. There were things that Kamal did real well. There were some things that you did very well. It was a close match. You guys got to wrestle 2 or 3 times tomorrow. Talk a little bit in your mind what you need to do to win this, make another world team, move on to the next level, which I know that's why you're at this weight and what you've been training for.
Yeah. So first, let's address the Ferrari comment. That was pretty good. I don't know if you came up with it yourself or Coach JJ helped you out with that, because he would say that was crazy, man. Original, man. That was crazy. No, but so yeah, I think the 2 out of 3 format fits better for a matchup like Kamal. You know, the first minute didn't go my way in the open match, and then I kind of started to come on strong after that. So I'm excited to, you know, bring the pace like I always do. Solid position, and yeah, put him through a grinder, and hopefully he's ready for all that. And the move up to go to 77, yeah, that was pretty calculated. Either it was going down or going up. So the ultimate goal is for us, you know, we want to win Olympic titles. So that's the pinnacle, and this is the year to figure it out, because this is the first chance to qualify the weight for the Olympics. After 2016, I wanted to be the guy that went out and did that, because I didn't want to put it in somebody else's hands like it was back then. So that was kind of like the reason behind that, and decided to go out, test it out. We went over to Russia and Scandinavia and all those countries early in the year, and it started to go well and felt good. So we stuck around, and I think it's been a good weight change for me.
Let me ask Jaden and Nick, because they've been part of this process before, and they're world medalists, and just thoughts on Final X process last year, Final X process this year. What do you think about it? We've had a year under our belt, and now, you know, we moved to 2 cities.
Yeah, from last year, wrestling in the last event, I think it was the 23rd or something. I think cutting it down to two cities is far better. In 2 weeks, you have your team rather than 3 weeks. I know last year was a long wait till, I think, yeah, you competed at. Yeah, we both competed at Lehigh last year, so that was a long time from when you're watching the first guys make the team to when you get your opportunity. It's something different. It's not bad because it is around the same time that the trials would normally be. Maybe a little bit later depending on when your date is, but it's a little bit different format, trying something new, and I don't think it's hurting the sport. It's just another event for my fans to get to watch and tune into.
Yeah, I think it's better than just having the two venues. Just waiting 3 weeks is a long time, especially for the last event. So I think it's better with the two venues, and just for me, it's just long processes, especially with things like this, like with our demanding sport, like just things can go wrong. You know, obviously, you know, injuries can occur, things can happen. So I think that, you know, the sooner that we can get, you know, everybody on these mats to figure out these teams, you know, I think we dial down on our chances between that happening. So, but I'm excited, and I think that this is a great way for this to, you know, to function. You know, I think we also chose great venues to function this year. I think, you know, I think Rutgers is going to be going crazy tomorrow, so that's going to be awesome.
I got one more thing. Shout out Joe Rao and Chow with Rao on Instagram. Check that out.
Beau, you know, you were the last match in NCAA's this year, and after that match, you said that you enjoy the pressure, you enjoy the hype of having the spotlight on you and being one of the last ones up. You're in a similar position now. You know, is that a feeling that you've always had? Was that innate, or was that coached in you? Where did that kind of come from?
I think that I'm a competitor. I love to compete, and you know, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. We could be playing dodgeball before practice, and I'm going to be super competitive. Doesn't matter what it is, and so just the fact that, you know, wrestling is the sport that I chose, and I love competing at the highest levels. You know, I want the pressure. That's what it gets me. It gets me going. It gets me like excited. Like honestly, a lot of matches in the NCAA season this year, I was like, man, like I don't even know, like I want to go out there. But you know, the things that get me excited to go out there are when I have a good opponent and when I know it's going to be a good match, and that's how I know I'm going to wrestle my best. And you know, I'm just excited to be able to have that opportunity tomorrow.
And you know, just a quick follow-up. You know, you talked about how important it is for you to want to give back to, you know, the guys that are in the room right now. The NLWC helped you out. So I'm curious for both you and Zayn, you know, do you take a lot of responsibility to help mold some of the younger guys that are in the wrestling room there right now?
I think that it kind of just happens organically, where, you know, the new guys come in, and you know, if they want to get better, they're going to ask the best guys to wrestle. You know, I know when I was coming in, every day I was asking Coach Kale, Coach Cunningham, Matt Brown, David Taylor, you know, all the best guys. I wanted to wrestle them because I want to get better, and I think that the young guys that we bring in, they love wrestling, they want to be the best, and so they do that. So you know, I don't really feel like I have to go out of my way to do that. You know, if a guy wants to achieve his goals and he wants to be the best, then it just kind of happens naturally. And so I just am very appreciative of all the partners that I have, and you know, I do love being able to help the younger guys learn and stuff. So you know, we have a good thing going, and yeah, it's very exciting.
For Yanni and Beau, you guys gained a lot of attention. You know, fans, because of your exciting styles, outgoing personalities in the NCAAs. Now, as you kind of transition to this level and being a United States wrestler and the responsibility that carries, how do you think that all translates?
You know, it's not something I think of. I just, you know, when we have opportunities like this, or you know, you get an interview from Flo or whatever it is, you let your personality come out, and you know, fortunately for me, people like hearing me talk, and you know, continuing on with the wrestling, they're two separate things. You know, when you're wrestling, and then when you're a normal person that's speaking, you're a normal person. So, you know, I don't think that they're related as much as, you know, you have a job when you're wrestling, and then whatever comes with that, it's part of your responsibility just to follow through with it.
I think of it a little differently. I mean, I feel like the way that I wrestle is kind of how I am as a person, you know, so every day, you know, the way that I live my life is very similar to the way that I wrestle, and you know, I'm not afraid to take risks, and you know, I want to have fun, I want to enjoy it, I want it to be exciting, and you know, I think that when you wrestle that way, then you know, the fans tend to really enjoy that. You know, the fan base of wrestling is insane, and you know, especially at Penn State, I feel like Penn State has the best fans in the country, and you know, the fact that, you know, now I get to represent the entire United States, and you know, have the fan base of everybody is super. It's an exciting opportunity for me to be able to have the chance to do that, and that's just I think something that is really cool about the sport. Everybody is very supportive, especially when you get to the World Championships. We were in Budapest and I was in the stands, and I couldn't believe how many Americans that had traveled all the way out, halfway across the world to support the wrestlers, and so that's just an exciting opportunity for me to have the chance to represent the country, and so that's just something I'm looking forward to.
Beau, do you ever wrestle with Provisor?
Yes.
Can you expand on that? How's that go?
I wrestle Ben a good amount. He is really strong, and he's got a tight gut wrench, tight front headlock. He's taught me a ton, and I feel very appreciative to have a guy like that training at the NLWC. It's awesome just to get a different feel. Greco technique. I feel like being able to learn from him, being able to translate that into my wrestling is something I'm extremely grateful for, and I'm excited to watch him compete tomorrow. He's become a great, not only a great workout partner for me, but a great friend, and so I'm looking forward to supporting him tomorrow.
Question for Kamal. You made the last couple world teams at this weight. Pat bumps up, adds some extra depth to the weight. He's made a world team as well. You guys had a fireworks match, probably one of the best matches of the tournament to me, Greco-wise. What becomes a difference maker in making his team and going up to the next level into the World Championships?
I'll say I'll say the biggest thing for my match with Pat, is just stay focused. I know he's coming at me. He's like a wall with arms. He's just gonna keep coming. He's gonna pummel me, and just be ready, just be prepared for that. And as far as getting ready for the World Championships, developing my cardio, developing my pace, and figuring out how to get positions for my technique to be the most effective is probably the biggest thing. And just keeping, like Gabe said, my swagger, and just wrestling out of every position. Being comfortable, being uncomfortable, and having fun while I'm doing it.
We got time for about one more. Everybody's got a question?
For Zayn, what went into your year off? Because you took about 12 months off after the 2017 World Championships. So what went into that year off, and how has it helped you get to Final X here today?
Yeah, just thinking about, I kind of want to take some time off just away from competing, just to, get better with some technique, and more mentally. There wasn't any physical injury or anything like that, and it got me thinking in the right state of mind competing. When I did start competing again, I was really excited to do it, and I don't know. I feel like I'm here right now because of a goal that I had when I was 6 years old. So I guess it's pretty cool that I still get to do this. So that's kind of what carried me forward into this year.
All right, I think that's going to do it. Thanks so much to the wrestlers for being here. If reporters, journalists, you have questions, you can come up to individual wrestlers and do it. Otherwise, we'll get going at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Thanks so much.